All right, last story today. This one caught my attention because I was recently watching those Mandalorian stuff, all that Mandalorian stuff. And this is, I suppose, this publication, The Guardian, every so often they attempt to tackle something from film, a problem that took place in film, and they try to solve it, or I don't know, generate some level of insight into why something is the way it is.
Yeah.
The topic of this article, why can't the stormtroopers shoot straight in Star Wars? Why can't they shoot straight? Do you have any insight here before we get into their reasoning? No,
I don't. But this is a long-standing joke for a lot of people.
Yeah.
They are clones. Spoiler alert.
Hey, man.
they're all the same, and maybe they just have something with pressure. They can't aim straight under pressure.
I don't know why the Empire keeps bothering with them. They never do anything.
Well, they're cannon fodder mostly.
I know, but they don't even barely even slow anything down.
Yeah. Jedis just run them over.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything. I've been watching that Mandalorian, and it's obvious they exist as props for these action sequences.
Yeah, to get run down.
Exactly. They're there, as you said, cannon fodder, which is fine. I think you need that in a movie or a series or whatever. You got to have certain enemies. It's like when you're playing a video game. Some of the enemies have to be easy, and then that escalates and they get harder, and it's a kind of a balance to it. But you would think that these are trained soldiers by this tremendously powerful enterprise, the Empire, and that's really their only task. They don't have another job.
And they're very well equipped. They have armor, and they have their blaster
These should be elite forces.
Yeah.
They're not that elite, and they keep missing. So anyway, they try to solve it here. I don't know that they get any closer than we just did. Their first speculation is something to do with the helmet. It's hard to see in the helmet.
Oh, yeah.
And there have been references to that. There was actually a moment in Mandalorian where one of them is disguised. That's not a spoiler. One of them has to put on an Empire helmet, and they're like, it's impossible to see in here.
Yeah.
So they make jokes about that. They kind of make a joke about the fact that the Stormtrooper outfit is not great, or that Stormtroopers are dumb.
You wore one.
Oh, wow. Wow, what a throwback. Holy moly. Willie Doo just brought up a really old video, Becoming the Sound Trooper, where I Velcroed a bunch of Bluetooth speakers to hockey shoulder pads, put on a Stormtrooper helmet. I know this sounds impossible. Like, did this actually happen? And then I walked through the city and got some reactions as I blared. What was the song?
The Darth Vader song.
Yeah, well, there's a name for it. But anyway, yeah. The song when Darth Vader arrives. And the people were very, they didn't know what to make of it. Look at this. Wow. Young Lou taking risks out there in public. It's difficult. It's fogging up in the helmet. And it's
hot.
It's a relatively hot day as well. Look at middle of young Dundas. Look how active young Dundas is at the moment. This guy didn't like it too much. He saw the camera. He's like, no, thank you. That guy didn't mind it. He's like, hey, man, thumbs up. It's a little quick sideways thumbs up. But, I got the 5 guys in the video as well. It all worked, surprisingly. Daisy chained all those speakers together. Look at the size of fries over there, 5 guys. We're going to get hungry now. Well, we can't be doing this. We can't be doing this. But, so that's one. What were some of the other speculations here? Oh, perhaps it's the presence of the Force. Just a small amount of Force presence that just sort of tweaks the delivery of these things a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Look, man, how do people go in depth on this stuff? It's obvious that from a storytelling perspective, you need enemies leading up to the main enemies that are easy to kill in these battles. You need to create these battle scenes, and you got to have stormtroopers.
And why can't it just be like that? Why does it have to become so analytical?
Because it's Star Wars.
The fiction has to be truth, analytical.
I think particularly in science fiction, because it has that science component and it attracts the scientific types. And so therefore, they want to go into it and be like, what is it about a Stormtrooper E11 rifle that causes it to go off kilter? And then next thing you know, it's an entire report on what's going on. And the truth of the matter is, to create a fun action movie, the heroes have to have access to certain enemies that let them build up numbers.
Yeah.
Because as they do, the story becomes more amazing, more entertaining.
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird to even have to say it, but that's sort of like when people were talking about that Lord of the Rings stuff, the huge battles.
Yeah.
It's the scale of it.
Scale. Yeah.
And how you can't really achieve the scale of it and still tell a story without having certain enemies that are easier to defeat.
Yeah, I mean, just thinking about one Jedi versus, 1,000 stormtroopers, that's a good story.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
All right. I got all fired up about this. Stormtroopers can't shoot straight because it's a movie, and they have to make a movie.
Yeah.
So they're trying to make a movie.
Yeah.
And a show.
Problem solved.
And they're trying to entertain you, and they're trying to manage a lot of different criteria. And they're trying to do a lot here. And by the way, this is not it's not a negative take for me on the thing. I enjoyed the Mandalorian stuff. I told you that already.
Oh yeah.